So I'm going to make this brief because I don't want to spend any more time thinking about this movie because I didn't like it. And I should be the audience who likes this movie being Hail Caesar. It's a movie that's a pastiche of old Hollywood. And as someone who's seen 500 movies from the 1930s and, several hundred from the 40s and 50s and etc., I should be the one that's like, yes! Ah! But much like another movie set in a similar sort of old Hollywood behind-the-scenes backdrop from a few years ago, The Artist, I did not like it. I didn't like it. To me, it felt like old Hollywood fan fiction, and believe you me, there are old Hollywood fan fictions out there. There's lots of them, and most of them, I feel have a little bit more, at least fun with the subject. I don't know. Essentially, why I didn't like it looks beautiful. And the things they're pastiching on the outside look gorgeous. They beautifully recreated a Busby Berkeley aquatic number. It's gorgeous. They recreated some great Western work. Great. And a thousand cast Roman epic. Yes. Okay, you can do that. That's fantastic. But then none of the characters felt like, I didn't feel like, what am I trying to say? Anybody with like a passing knowledge of old Hollywood scandal history pretty much knows everything they're referencing, but it's like they reference it, but they don't spin it anyway. They don't give you any insight into what it means either then or now. Not that you have to spell everything out, but you have to at least tell me why you're gonna take fucking Loretta Young's legacy and make her and mesh her with a freaking Lena Lamont meets Esther Williams and then give you nothing past it. Like, it felt disrespectful, some of the things that they were referencing. And in particular, all of the women get nothing. There's, like, you don't get anything with the women. You don't get any character development. Not that there's much character development with really anybody. They have, like, a really stereotyped Carmen Miranda character. None of the women even get to talk to each other, so, there's that. The one character you're supposed to be following the whole time, like, is having an existential crisis of faith, because that's what the Coen brothers do, right? But this time it's Catholicism, and he's, confessing too much and has all these sins that he thinks are not really sins, but it's like, and his big, problem is, like, does Hollywood have a future? And is it really worth it? And do they just make crap? And, that's the, like, thing he has to wrestle with. But then the film never actually says, like, is it worth it? And the film itself doesn't feel like it's worth it. It feels like crap. And so it's like, it's trying to say that all Hollywood does is make crap and that's okay? I don't know. Just really fucking irritated me. And I can see why, like, a lot of people get user reviews on a lot of movie sites. Average Joe people aren't liking this movie because it's too inside baseball, for them. And it doesn't really work as a story either, because it's just sort of a day in the life of this dude. And I guess, like, some people who know what it's referencing are going along with it, but I just want more. And I wanted more from The Artist, and I don't think of Veneer as enough, and I don't feel like they did enough. And I just want female characters that have autonomy, god damn it. And I don't like it when they take something like the Loretta Young scandal and just make it into this frivolous thing, when that was a really hefty thing that weighed on her and her daughter's life forever. And it just, that fucking pissed me off. It just really pissed me off. So, and then I just would much rather watch those movies. And I know the history, and I know how shitty the background is, because the background in Hollywood has always been pretty shitty. But I'd rather just go watch an actual film made in that era, to be honest. So I didn't like this movie. Maybe you'll like it. I usually love the Coen brothers. Big Lebowski is one of my favorite movies of all time. This just did not work for me at all. I'm just irritated. I was also pulled out because I think I recognized all the places they were filming, and that didn't help. But that's not a critique of the movie. That's just more like the critique of my brain. So, I don't know. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. I just know I didn't like it, and I will probably not be watching this one again. It's sort of like, I didn't like the Hudsucker Proxy, where they were trying to do that Howard Hawks thing, and it just was fucking terrible. This is going to go on that pile of Coen Brothers movies for me, apparently. I'm going to go watch some movies that actually have female characters that get to talk to each other and have a life. That's what I want out of my cinema. So,